So I'll just record and then I'll share my screen with you guys and share. All right, good. Now, let's go back to the 12-month time frame. Let me show you guys something. This is the second time price is testing. Now, this is resistance. This is resistance. Now, it has been broken out of. It will now turn to support. That is RBS. Resistance broken, now support. That's what it means, RBS. I'm sure you guys have come across that. RBS and SBR, supports break, now resistance. RBS, resistance break, now support. So quickly change this to 12-month. Okay, fine. Price eventually could not break the zone and it still came back down. So now my question is my perception about the market is quite different now, because now I know that price has closed as a bearish candle, right? Closed as a bearish candle. So as I'm going down to my 3 months time frame, this zone has been broken out of. That zone has been broken out of. But the original break of structure, this is the original break of structure. This is where price is supposed to break. 3 months. Can you guys see that? Just like now, just like engulfing price closure, this is where we want price to break, right? It is the same concept. It is the same concept. Now, this is where price is supposed to break, like engulfing. But in this situation, I take SNL. Since we are dealing with SNL, this is the SNL zone that I want price to break. This outside this box. Aside that, price is going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Because it has held price for a long time. So despite the fact that it is holding price, if it breaks outside this zone, right, we are going to be buying, like, we are going to be going, like, we are going very far, very, like, extremely far. So price reacted off that zone, this zone right here. Price reacted off this zone. So definitely we are heading down to where? We are heading down to this zone right here. So I'll just quickly change that to my 3 months zone. That is where we're heading to. So we go down to 3 months. We go down to monthly. Now on the monthly time frame, ask yourself, where do you think price needs to break? Now remember that we have this zone right here. So price might respect this zone. Price will respect this zone. And eventually price did. Monthly. We change that to monthly. But originally, this is where we want price to break. That's where we want price to break. So basically, price just retested this RBS, right? And eventually bought a little bit. And then we have a new zone to play with. We have this zone to play with. So I'll draw this. And then I will draw this. Now, the reason why price even came down here in the first place is because we had a break off this zone. And also this zone. So basically, this is more of like a very strong break, because first of all, we broke this zone, like the zone that we expected price to break, because now price closed inside that zone. But we couldn't break H4 zone. That is the reason why we could not come down to this level. We couldn't break, weekly zone. That is why we're unable to come back to this level. And when we had a break of structure, this is just a pullback. Right, so you can definitely start taking your trades like from the 15%, but this is a monthly time frame. You wouldn't do that, right? So you actually just wait for a lower time frame buyers or a follow through. Now, eventually, price closed inside the zone. Let me check this out. Price closed inside the zone. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I'm targeting, right? Obviously, this is where I'm targeting. Oh yeah, this is where I'm targeting. So if you place a line right there, if you place a line right there, okay, let's backtest this buy first of all. Let me show you guys something. is the monthly zone. Now, price reacted here. Definitely, I know we're going to be heading down to this level. So I need a weekly break of structure. Now, first of all, ask yourself, where do we need to break on the weekly time frame? This is where we need to break. And price broke that level. Eventually would have had like an early entry against that zone, against this zone. And that's the reason why you see price broke that level. Price came back and we have this trend line here. Price came back, we tested that level and we are buying to this level.
Yeah. Can I ask one question, Adam, if you don't mind?
Okay.
Yeah. So price closed bearish here initially, and then
Yeah.
this was the target we are buying to, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then let me delete this. And then here it closed bullish. This one here.
Yeah. Now
And
this
the
is
initial target.
this is a break. Price has broken structure.
Okay.
Do you understand? So you're looking for buys.
Mhm.
Now at this point at this point, weekly storyline is bullish.
Okay.
Now, in terms of engulfing, that reminds me, in terms of engulfing, it is only when price has broken this zone, right, that will consider weekly being bullish. But in terms of SNL, this zone that has been broken is an SNL zone. If price wanted to respect weekly zone in terms of SNL, it shouldn't have broken the zone. But that zone has been broken out of. Can you see that?
So if the zone isn't broken, let's say it closed here, but bullish, we're going to
Yeah.
trade it to this zone, right?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Okay. All
So
right.
that zone has been broken out of. And plus, we had this divergence trend line that I always talked about with you guys. Hold on, guys, please. Hold on a sec. All right, cool. So we'll go back to our monthly. Now, as you can see, price eventually came to our zone and it failed to break this zone. Now remember that we just monthly just turned into a bearish setup, right? And as such, we want price to respect every resistance that price has formed. Now, price tap the zone. Obviously, this is where we are targeting, right? So we play the same thing. Go down to weekly. Oh my God, nah. Okay, good. Now, this is where we are targeting, right? So if you go down to our weekly time frame, right? This is where price closed. Remember, price came tapped this level. This is where price closed. Let's close the line. Let's place a line here. Let me place a line here so you guys don't get confused. Go down to our weekly time frame. Now, this closure of price here, price closed as a bullish candle here. As a bullish candle. So I'm like, this is where I'm heading to. Now, ask yourself, isn't this way we want price to break structure, guys?
Right.
It is. Am I correct? Weekly. So now, price closing as a bullish candle. Now, your job is to catch an early entry against this zone. As you can see, price actually went up a little bit, like a little buy candle, which means that it was like a selling opportunity before price got down here. And eventually price closed inside here. But the closure of price right here means that SNR level has been respected. But there was no 4 hours daily change of storyline. That is why when he broke this level, this was our target. Do you understand me? So let's say we are looking for early entries against that level, price closed inside that zone. Besides, this is where we wanted price to fully change storyline, like in terms of like engulfing kind of change of storyline. So we are playing weekly to weekly in terms of SNL. So I'm going now to my daily. What do I have on the daily time frame? All right. So now price closed as a daily bullish candle. And I'm like, if price should break this level, we are automatically selling the market. So now our job, right, already now, you can see that this level has been broken out of, right? So I will assume this is just a pullback. So now price reacted off this zone, off this support area, because this is the daily zone. This is the daily zone. and price reacted off that zone. You guys, hold on a sec, please. Just hold on a sec, please. All right. Sorry, guys. So now, this is a support zone. This zone was broken out of, right? So that means this is also like a very valid zone. This is like a left shoulder, and price reacted of that zone. Now, ultimately, this is where we would have been selling the markets to, right? Definitely. But remember that this is the left shoulder that price also did not respect. That's one good thing about SNL. You have your zones to work with. Like, you know that, okay, you have these zones to be aware of. And if price reacts off that zone, we are definitely buying the market or thereabouts. So now your job is to catch the market from this level to this level. So if you place a line here and you go down to your 4 hours time frame, go down to your H4 time frame. Now, I'm like, where do you think price needs to break before we go down to that level? This is obviously where we need price to break on H4. Am I correct? Guys, am I correct?
No, correct.
I'm correct, right? But eventually, price did what? Price closed as a bullish candle, as a bearish candle on H4. I think someone asked me this question a while ago. I don't know who was that. Someone asked me this question. Now, this is definitely a zone of major consideration to sell from. Now, what I do is now, whenever I see this, what I do is I will take my candlestick from this candlestick. I'll take this candlestick, place it here, right? Immediately, and play the storyline as if I want to sell the market down here. So now that means I will be looking for H1. I'll be looking for H1 break. Let me quickly change that to like 4 hours. Okay, we have this 4 hours right here. Let's change this to 4 hours. Change this to 4 hours and also change this to 4 hours. Good. So I'm going down to my H1. So now, remember, now price has broken this level. Price has broken this level. Right? So it is actually wise for me to sell the market from this pullback. Now, as you can see, price actually pulled back into this level, like 50% of this candle. 50% of that candle. And then our immediate TP is going to be, look to your left. Do we have a zone of consideration? Do we have a zone? Now,
Sorry, Adam. Hey, can you show me how did you mark that 50%? Which candle did you use to mark the
the
50%?
candlestick that broke this level here, this red candle.
So the candle that broke, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you're going to take the 50% of that candle.
Yeah.
This is always my entry, 50%. And then immediately price violates this low. That is lower low being happened. That means after a lower low, price will eventually look for a pullback, right? But price would have only changed storyline only if it broke out above this level, this zone right here. So as you can see, price tapped into this zone on H1. So it means that if price should break below this level, that is where we need to sell down to our zone, which it actually did. So now your job, price closing inside the zone, right? Your job is to find an early entry against this level, H1. So now I am going down to my M15. Let's see, luckily enough, if we can get to M15. Can we get to M15? Share. We can't. 30 minutes. Now, price, what happened was on 30 minutes, if you check the 30 minutes chart, this was a level that we needed price to break, first of all, and price broke that level. Price broke that level. You take your candlestick, 50% of that candle, price reacted from that level and was selling. And obviously, there was no break until price got to our direction. Because if you look at all the resistance that formed, this was a resistance. Price could not break that resistance. Price was selling. Even this resistance that formed, price could not break that resistance. Even this resistance, price could not break this resistance. And that's why price was just selling, and selling. Do you guys understand me?
Yes.
Let me use the recent this recent week that just passed. This recent week. Now remember, in the previous week, this week that just passed, that is how price closed. And eventually price was reacting off this left shoulder here on weekly time frame. Weekly. Right. So if you press a line right here, place a line right here. Right. Now I'm like, now first of all, where do you think price should head to? Isn't it obvious that this is where we want price to head to on weekly, guys? When price close like this, I knew that, okay, this is where I want price to head to on weekly. Definitely this zone. So that means I need daily to break. Go down to daily. What do we have on daily? Now, majorly, this is where we wanted daily to break, but that zone has held daily for a fucking long time. Do you guys get my point? So now, daily also closed as a bullish candle. Now I have where the market needs to break, and I also have the major break itself, just like the engulfing break. This is the major break itself that will change the perspective of the market on the daily time frame. So now I'm like, even the inner structure of the daily, which is the dominant candle, is still bullish because price hasn't broken out from the zone. So now I'm like, okay, I want to sell down to this level. Like I want to sell now. Weekly closed as a bullish candle, stepping down to our daily time frame. Daily also closed as a bullish candle. So now we can look for a reason to sell this market down to this level. So now we are going down to our 4 hours time frame. Now, first of all, I'm going to ask myself, where do you think price needs to break? This is the level that price needs to break. Am I correct? Hello?
Yes.
4 hours. And as a matter of fact, 4 hours also closed as a bullish candle. So I'll be looking for a refined zone to play my 4 hours with. And it is obvious that we have this zone right here. We have this zone right here. So I'm playing 4 hours to 4 hours. So I'll definitely be selling the market down to this level. If I have like H4 change of storyline. So you go down to your H1. H1, there was a change of storyline. There was a change of storyline on H1. Now, if you take a look at this with me, this was a break on H1. Price closed as the bearish candle, right? But I told myself that if price should eventually break this zone right here on H1, that is when it will prompt me to look for a selling opportunity in the market. Now, as you can see, that zone was broken out of, and market eventually came close to our TP zone. Can you see that? There wasn't any pullback. So now, a man seeing this.
Sorry, Adam, can I ask something?
Okay.
Okay, so now yes, you're going down the time frame.
Okay.
Even 4 hours was bullish, right, for you to trade down, isn't it?
What did
And
you
then
say?
when
Come
you go
again.
to,
Come again. Come again.
I mean, as you were going down the time frame, it was bullish and bullish, and you were
Yeah.
looking for the sells, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually this candle here came out bearish. So like you said earlier, if we were to break this one, and then
Yes.
you're buying, right?
Yes. Correct.
Okay,
Now,
okay,
now,
okay.
now, 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 let me come. Now,
Yeah.
first of all, now price closed as a bearish candle. And this bearish candle is rejecting the zone that we want price to break. Now, to me, this is actually a very nice setup. Now, the kind of setups I like are the setups like, okay, like this, for example, 4 hours close as a bearish candle. Sorry, as a bullish candle. And I'm going down to my H1, and H1 closes as a bearish candle. And this bearish candle is rejecting the zone that I want it to break on H1, just like this. Now, when that break happens, it is always a very, very, like, at least 80% like assurance that it will go to your direction, because price has tested it and unable to, break this higher time, this red candlestick, resistance, and then it breaks this level. Now, if you wanted to take this entry, right, price has already gotten down here, so it's obvious that price was reacting off something to the left, but I don't want to go down there. Price eventually come down, but it never tested this. It never tested this. Can you see that? It never tested this. So basically, this pullback happening right here, right? This pullback happening right here. You can actually take it if you want. I mean, if you take the 50% of the candle, right? This is where the 50% is like. So it's pretty much risky. I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. Now, what I would do is, this is the level that price just broke, right? Now, price reacted to that level. This is the first time price reacted to that level. And this is the level that would have been selling the market to, first of all. But this is the level that if price should break this level, and a retest of the 50% of that level, is why we are selling. And that is where we would have taken our entry for that day. Because price broke this level. If you take the 50% of that candle, although price never came back to the 50% of that candle, but at least price coming to this zone, you're selling. And then where I will eventually cut my losses is if price should close above this level right here. That is why when some people ask me, Adam, what's your stop loss? I'm like, man, if I explain my stop loss to you guys, maybe it's only my students that will understand my stop loss. But my stop loss is, if price should close as a bullish candle above the zone, it means that it is a break of structure to the upper side. And that is my stop loss.
Adam, do you mind repeating this side? How
Yeah,
you
right.
got the entry here?
Okay, how would I have gotten an early entry here?
Yeah, if you don't.
I don't understand. You mean the bearish closure?
No, I mean, you said this one was too risky because it's big, right? The big zone, right?
Yeah. Too risky.
Yeah, so you said this one. So
yeah, I'll take this one. And I took this trade.
okay.
Now, let's say you wanted to play from this higher time frame structure, right?
Bro, one question.
Okay.
Bro, you told this is your stop loss, right? This area.
Yes, that's my stop loss.
Okay, what if a candle only the wick it goes up like this, but it comes back and closes
inside.
inside.
Now,
Yeah.
good. That's a good question.
Yeah. Like every time it's happening to me, I keep the stop loss here. Like the candle is going up, hitting my stop loss, but it comes back and goes in the same.
Now, look at this. This is H1 time frame, right? So if you start counting, this is 11 pips. Am I correct? This is 14 pips. This is 20 pips. My average stop loss is 20 pips. Average. Now, the way I calculate my 20 pips is, let's say I want to use 0. For me, I like using 5 lot size. Right? So I'm going to break it down. Is it I'm going to be playing with 1 lot size? I'll be playing with 0.5. I know, and then I'm going to calculate how many positions I need to open to accumulate to a standard 5 lot size. Do you understand what I'm saying? So okay, let's say I want to use 0.1 lot size. I'll be like, okay, I would decide to use 0.02 into 5 places. It's going to give me 0.1 lot size. Do you understand? So what I will
Yeah,
do is,
yeah.
so what I will do is, when price is coming in, when price is coming, okay. Yeah, this was my stop loss. This was my this thing, right? So what I would do is when price is coming down, it's like this is my 50% from here. This is what I do when I take my stop loss, my trend my, and then I'll take from this level, right? So this is gonna be, let's delete this. So now in this situation, price eventually came and tested this level. So what I like to do is, right? If price comes here 0.02, price comes 0.02, price comes, like I will put in my limits all over this place. Price comes here, price comes here. Now at the end of the day, I've used one lot size this entire place. So I'll start canceling my stop loss from here. So price is going, eventually price is going, it hasn't closed. That is when you've back tested and you've understand the power of a closure, of price closure. Now, whatever happens is price hasn't closed outside here yet. And eventually price is going, this is 20 pips. Obviously, this is going to be reading like, 0.05. Now, if you wanted to use one lot size here, you understand what you're risking. You know what I'm risking. But me, I'm using 0.1 lot size accumulatively. So now price is going and then closes outside here. That is when I'll cut my losses, because that's the break. Bro, price is going. I'm measuring. Okay, this is 15 pips. Like, okay. This is 20 pips. Okay, 25 pips. I'm out. So eventually, if price, comes back inside, it's definitely not your fault. It's just the market makers doing their thing. Probably you just wanted to come and test this level. Now, also, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of this zone. So now, what I'm actually, telling you is, like, for me, it really happens. It is only when probably price has, rejected a zone here, so probably a roadblock zone here, and then you never knew that has happened, and then you know that you're supposed to be buying the markets up to this level, and then price came back and you're selling against against the rejection, and price is going up. It's to come down here. But for me, this is a very nice break, because first of all, price has rejected that zone. Price has rejected this zone, right? It didn't just break that zone, but it rejected the first time, unable to break, and now this is a strong push, meaning that this zone has been broken out of. So in other words, this is like an engulfing. In
I
other
see.
words,
Can I ask something, Adam?
okay,
On the previous page where you had the entry zone.
this zone right here,
Oh, okay, yeah. So let's say you're dividing it into 5 layers, right?
right, okay,
Okay, let's say price did not come all the way there. You
okay.
only managed to get 2 in.
Yeah, and you're very okay. Like, what do you want? What do you need? Do you want to buy a Bugatti just right over with just come on?
No. What I meant is, let's say you had 3 trades that day.
Okay,
All 3 you only have 2 entries.
okay.
And the 4th trade, right? The price actually hits SL and you got all 5 entries. So does that mean you lose more than you actually profit?
Like, I don't understand what you mean. See, look. What I mean is, right? I have this zone right here. I'm like, I need to see price closing above the zone. Do you understand me? If price should close above the
Okay.
zone, definitely it's a buy. Now, price coming down here, I have my limit, I have my stop loss somewhere around here. Let's say I have my stop loss. My stop loss is going to be obviously somewhere around here. This is where I'm going to have my stop loss, because I would have measured from this zone down to this level. This is like 30 pips. So, okay, I'm like, okay, if price should eventually get to my 30 pips. Now, what I'm doing, what you can do is you can still sell whatever you want to sell, like down here. You can still sell whatever you want to. Like, you can have these positions. You can still want to add your extra positions when price is coming up, because it hasn't closed. You can add 1 or 2 extra positions. But as long as price hasn't closed, now, okay, price came to this level and then started coming back down. You're winning more than you're losing, because you understand where market is heading to. I don't know if you
Okay,
understand what I
okay,
mean.
okay. Yep, I get it, I get it.
Let me look for a good example. Let me look for a good example and show you. Let's go to the daily buys. Daily buys. Okay. I have this zone price closed inside this zone. Daily. So, okay, fine. Look at it here. Definitely this one. So daily, 4 hours. I needed this zone to break, but that never happened. I needed that zone to break, but that never happened. This zone right here wasn't broken out of. And as a matter of fact, when price reacted off this zone right here, and we had this break, that is the reason why price was buying here. Now this break happening right here. This break happening right here. I'm taking my 50% on my candle. That is why, look, that 50% stuff is actually very, very real. Like I really get into an entry position and then price like would actually, like come down really, really like long, except it's like news or something. Do you understand what I'm saying? Except it's like news. Now I wouldn't be entering my markets based on like, let me draw this clearly. That's the reason why you need to understand like the direction of the market, right? Now this 50% is, I wouldn't consider it to be valid because it wasn't a break of structure. This is very harmful. Now this right here is a good break of structure. This is a BOS. Price has broken this level. And as a matter of fact, that it is the reason why we have a trend line. Because you can start selling. That's the reason why you see engulfing solution. They are all good. They are all good traders. That's why you see engulfing solution whenever they have an engulfing, right? They just basically buy. That's what they basically do. Buy. And so now, if you want to start working with stop losses, very good. So if you're buying a position here, like if you're buying any position here, like from the 50%, you just need to calculate like probably 30 pip stop loss or 25 pip stop loss, which is obviously 30 pip stop loss. As you can see, at the end of the day, price did not even come down there. Like the right type of break of structures will actually hold price for a long time. Do you understand what I mean?
So so generally your stop loss should be 30 pips or 20 pips from the 50% zone, right?
Yeah, 30 pips from the 50%. Yes.
Yeah,
30 pips.
okay.
So now, definitely, I knew that price was going to go up because this is where we are targeting on the daily time frame. And I know that if price should break above this daily zone, right, we will continue the buys probably to 2000 what? Probably to this level here, to this SNR level here. Fine, to this level right here. So now I'm expecting now on Monday, I'm actually expecting. Hello, baby. Hello. Sorry, I'm on a Zoom session right now. Like I'll call you. I'll soon be done in like 20 minutes. Okay. Okay. No problem. I'll call you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Bro.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I think it lagged for a while a bit.
Yeah, I was asking questions and I wasn't hearing you guys. So if by tomorrow if price should break this level, just know that we are anticipating price to go to 2016. I said it first. I said it first.
It,
Price was supposed to break here, right? And eventually, of all the things that happened, price eventually broke and came to a direction. Doesn't mean like won't trade the lower time frame structures. So now price
Bro.
broke this. Yeah, right.
Bro, one question. In this area, like when you are entering here, oops, sorry.
Okay.
When you enter here, I
Okay.
will wait for the closure of 4 hour or 1 hour. Like in this case, like the wick is going down. I will wait for the 4 hour closure or 1 hour closure.
Now you can wait for you can actually trade 1 hour break of structure, or you just take the trade from these 4 hours. Now for me, I'm taking the trade on 4 hours. Like I don't care. Like I'm taking the trade on 4 hours because first of all, if you switch to a line chart, this is a continuation trend line. Now, continuation trend lines, I only draw my continuation trend lines when I have, let's say price is trending down, right? Sorry. Price is trending down like this. And then there's a break. And obviously there was like another trend here. So I might draw this. Because this has been broken. So I'm expecting price to come and test to continue buying. That's exactly what happened here. Price broke that level. So I draw this. At the third touch of this candle, that is when I'm buying. That was my entry.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, but I understand. The only thing was the closure because sometime 1 hour is closing outside, but
No.
eventually in the 4 hour it's going back again. Yeah, in the same
Now,
direction.
as a matter of
yeah.
fact, I also had this trend line here waiting for me. Should in case price doesn't respect this one, price should eventually respect this one, then you're buying to this level. So to me, trend line gives me like another precise zones to play with. Like, okay, if price touch this trend line, I'll buy like maybe 3 lot size here. And then if price to come down, I'll still buy here. At the end of the day,